Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. I want to give you an update of my top for Eurovision 2024. It is a top 29 by now. We have 9 new songs, and then there have also been some changes with the songs that were revealed and that I talked about in my top 20 video already. I feel like I have to say that this is my personal, subjective opinion. If a song is ranked lower, that is only my opinion. Doesn't mean that I think it's a bad song or that no one should enjoy the song. It's my personal opinion. I feel like I have to really stress that because in my rating video of the UK entry, people really got a bit angry because they didn't quite understand that it's only my opinion. One person said that they're not going to follow me anymore because I was too harsh about the entry. Okay. Fine, but I don't really understand what they want me to do. Do you want me to lie about how I personally feel about this entry? I mean, then these videos wouldn't make a lot of sense anymore, I think. So let's get right to it. Again, personal opinion. In 29th place at the moment, and this has changed, I had another last place in the top 20 video, is Sara Bonici with Loop, mostly because I think this has a great performance, but there's no song there for me to enjoy. It's a song written for a performance, I think. And the other song that was last before, at least, is a very good song, and there's potential to improve the staging and everything else. And here, for this one, the song is kind of missing, and that's why it's my 29th place. In 28th place, I have a song that I haven't talked about before, and that is Silia Kapsis with Liar. The whole style and outfit kind of remind me of an early Britney Spears, but the song is just very generic, very loud sound effects as well. The mix is kind of off to me. The vocals are not loud enough. The lyrics are generic, and so there's nothing really that I like. I know that a lot of people like this song, but me personally, I cannot find a lot to, make me like the song. And then in 27th place, this was my last place last time, is Alko with Pedestal, because I find myself singing the song from time to time, and it is a good song. And if they can improve the staging and especially the vocal performance, this could be a good entry. And as the song is there, that makes it better than the other two that we already saw for me personally. But a lot of things have to happen with staging and vocal performance. In 26th place, this has gone down 11 places, as you can see, is Windows 95 Man with No Rules, mostly because among the 9 new songs, we have at least one that does what this tries to do a lot better, which is Joost Klein, I can say it. And then also with Croatia, for example, and lots of other songs that are in this fun lane, but they are just better and they have more meaning to them. And that is why this has gone down quite a bit. I do still enjoy the performance a lot and it still makes me laugh. And I do also like the catchy poppy parts, but you know, compared to the other fun and jokey entries, this is just not good enough. In 25th place, going down 7 places, I have Saba with Sand. If you've seen my top 20 video, you know my main problem with this song is the repetition of the word sand and the focus on this word, and also the genericness of the lyrics, sand slipping through my fingers, we build a castle out of sand. Okay, but it doesn't really convince me. And the song itself is okay. It's catchy, it's mainstream pop, and she's a good performer, I have to say, but overall, just nothing really that makes me go wow. In 24th position, going down 8 places, I have Isaac and Always on the Run. Again, this is better than Denmark to me, but I like his voice, but it's just too generic, too normal, too middle of the road for it to stand out in a year where we have a lot of interesting, distinct, unique entries. And so this is just not enough for me as a German also. This has gone up for me a little bit, even though it goes down 4 places because we have 9 new songs. Nathalie Barbu with In the Middle. I do like the chorus, which is a bit traditional in a way. I don't like the performance at all. I think it feels a bit pretentious, and I think that the vocals are a bit piercing at times. But yeah, this could grow on me a little more, even the more the season goes on. Then in 22nd place, I have Olly Alexander with Dizzy. I do have to say that I might have been a bit harsh because I was very underwhelmed and very sad, really, that this great artist didn't find a better song for Eurovision. I still think that it is generic, middle of the road English pop song. It sounds very modern and it is something that could be on the charts, but for me personally, that's just not what convinces me. As you know, the lyrics could be much better. And yeah, it has grown on me a little bit. I think there was a bit of a Gustav effect where I thought something much better was coming, and then it was this. And it is an okay song. I don't hate it or anything like that, but it just didn't convince me enough. In 21st position, going down 8 places, I have Dons with Hollow. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's true. Middle of the road English pop song. Great voice, good story to the lyrics, but the lyrics are a bit pretentious to me, and so that's why it's in 21st place. And now we get into yeah, parts of the ranking where it was really hard for me to actually rank the songs because they are also different and distinct and unique in different ways. But I tried, but you know, this is momentary and this is my current opinion. In 20th place, I have Bambi Thug, going down 8 places. I still love the very interesting contrast between the metal and the poppy part and the dance, and there's something intriguing about it. But just compared to all the other songs that have come out, it is not convincing me as much as the others. In 19th place, a new entry is Kaleen with We Will Rave. We haven't seen the music video yet, but I saw some snippets, and it seems like they are really leaning into the campy, kind of almost trashy and rave part of it all in the styling, in the song as well. It is very nostalgic for me. It sounds very 90s. It is, in a way, impactful and catchy, and the fact that they are not taking themselves too seriously, I think, that is what I take from the snippet I saw of the video clip, kind of makes me like this, because it's not pretending to be, yeah, the most amazing song in the world, but they just want to have fun, and I kind of like that, so that's why it's my number 19. In 18th place, this has gone up for me as well, even though it has gone down 4 places, is Luna and the Tower. There's something about the chorus of the song that stays in my head, and I've really grown to like the vocals a bit more as well. But overall, that's why it's only 18th. It's still a mainstream English pop song that doesn't stand out as much, even though I do like her styling and her artistry that really shines through in the music video. And I'm really excited to see the staging for this one. In 17th place, I have Megara with Once Once, new entry for San Marino. I mean, they were my favorites in Benidorm Fest last year when they competed with Arcadia, and Arcadia is just a very good song. This one is an okay song. I still love their style. I love her vocals. It is very much in their style, to be honest. I like the message of the song as well. Take me as I am, and if you won't, I'll go somewhere else and find my fans somewhere else. A criticism of the rock music industry in Spain. I do like that a lot, who were like rejecting them because they weren't rock enough. I like that part, but yeah, something is missing to make me like it even more. In 16th place, and this is kind of surprising me even, I have Joost Klein with Ordo Papa. Every fiber of my being doesn't want to like this song because it is in a genre and in a style that is quite popular here in Germany and that I just cannot, stomach. I don't really know how to explain it. But I listened to the new songs again before doing this video, and I watched the video and it just clicked in a way for me that it is really funny, and it is actually a good song in a way. There are many parts that I find quite interesting and cool and different. And I really, and this is the main part that I like about the song, I love the lyrics, the message behind the lyrics, with the whole references to European culture. It's a bit generic. It could have been a bit more poetic in a way, but I guess that doesn't fit this kind of song. But I like the story about his father and traveling Europe and all of that. So this one might actually grow on me even more, even though, as I said, everything in me doesn't want to like it. In 15th place, going down 4 places, I have Semrendor by Besa. And as I've said, this might go down way further down actually when they change it into English, because I think the Albanian makes this stand out and makes it interesting, gives it an interesting sound. I do like the catchiness of it, and if they change it into English, that might be lost, unfortunately. In 14th place, and this has gone down quite a bit, 5 places, I have Raven and Veronica. Still love the story, love the fact that they use story from the Middle Ages to tell a modern, or to send a modern message. The song itself is still quite catchy. I still listen to it from time to time, but also compared to some of the other songs that have come out, it doesn't shine as much anymore as it did when it first came out. And I really loved it when it first came out. In 13th place, okay, please don't stop the video and please don't leave this channel. I will explain why. This might be very controversial because I've seen that a lot of people don't like this at all. I think here we really have a Gustav effect because she won against a big fan favorite, Bashar. Iceland was 3rd in the betting odds, and then she won, and they're going down and down and down. And people are not really seeing it for what it is, I think, because it is, of course, generic. It's, of course, kind of dated and sounds really dated, to be honest. But it is kind of Schlager pop at its best. It's so nostalgic. It's Eurovision in the early 2000s. And I'm just so glad that we have something like this, because this belongs to Eurovision as much as the crazy entries and the ballads and everything else. And it's so glamorous too. I love her. I love the way she interacts with the camera, the way she performs this, the way she really loves performing. You can really feel that. And the song is catchy. That isn't necessarily a sign of a great song, but it did stay in my head all morning. And so that is why it's my number 13. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments, because I haven't done a rating video on this one either. Now, in 12th place, going down 2 places, is Jerry and Aljona with Jerry Heil and Aljona, I shortened that, sorry, Teresa and Maria. Still love how this combines many different aspects and works as a package, but there are other songs, especially the one in 11th place, that kind of outshine it a little bit for me. I kind of noticed now that it's 2 great artists, but I don't really feel that they are creating a synergy yet. Maybe that will happen on the Eurovision stage, but it kind of feels like they are both performing their parts really well, but there is not the synergy that the song manages to do with the different parts. I hope I explained myself, but yeah, and the lyrics still are a bit too religious to me in a way as well. In 11th place, and that's why Ukraine has gone down a little bit, I have Teodora with Ramonda. I love the lyrics for this. Watch the rating video if you haven't and you want to know what the lyrics are about. Great references to Serbian culture and history. A great staging as well. I love the atmosphere it creates. I like her vocals that change throughout the song and that add a lot of layers to it. The song itself could be more oomph for me and could have a bit more of a hook maybe, but the fact it's not trying to do that really. It's not trying to be catchy. It's trying to create an atmosphere, and in that it succeeds, and that is why it's my number 11. In 10th place, going down 3 places, I have Ulvehamn by Gorte for Norway. I mean, again, I love that they are telling a 1,000-year-old ballad in this song. I love the nature imagery. I love how frantic it is as well. And by that, it kind of relates to the story it is telling. Really do like that. And that's why it's my number 10. In ninth place, I have Luke Telk with by Sylvester Belt. Very catchy, very modern, but also different in the way it is styled and he looks, and also the sounds kind of Eastern to me, Eastern modern pop or Baltic. I don't know how you want to phrase that, but I really do like the song and I listen to it quite a lot, and that's why it's my number 9. In 8th place, going down 3 places, is Tali with Fighter. Still love how there are so many hooks in the song that make me like it. I love how French it sounds to me. I love that it is in French, in parts at least. The staging has to be changed a bit, but this is still a song that I quite enjoy because it makes me feel summery as well and gives me a summery vibe. In 7th place, and this has gone down a little bit, but is kind of has grown on me even more because it is so catchy, is 5 Minutes en Poloop. I love the instrumentation, a folky music style, kind of with an interesting message and a crazy performance, but it all kind of works together. It's not a joke entry. It is musically actually really interesting as a song, and it is incredibly catchy. I have it stuck in my head a lot, really a lot, and that is why it's my number 7. In sixth place, I have Musti with Before the Party Is Over. Going down 2 places. This didn't click for me at the beginning, but then it did. And once it did, I really, really liked it, especially the climax at the end, the choir aspect that really amplifies the climax as well. And the fact that it needs so long to build towards that climax makes the highlight of the song, which is the climax, even more impactful, and I really like that. I do think that we will get a great staging and a great performance from him. Can't wait to see that, actually. In 5th place, and this is also a bit like Musti, the first time I heard this, I didn't quite get it. It's Nemo and the Code, sorry. Because it felt a bit disjointed, too many parts, the rap, the opera, the pop, the beat, and everything. But now it really convinced me. It all came together. It seems, I said in my rating video that it reminds me of Bohemian Rhapsody, and I meant that as it's not as good as that, but now it feels like a 21st century Bohemian Rhapsody, like a crazy song that has a meaning. I love the meaning, the lyrics of it. I love how he performs it, if he actually manages to sing like that. This will be a moment in Eurovision. And I just like every part of it. I even like the rap part now. And well done, Switzerland, I can only say. In 4th place, I have Nebulosa and Sora going down 1 place. You know I love this. I know I love the lyrics of it and the music as well. The Sora is so catchy. Not a lot more or new to say about this. Now we have something new in 3rd place. We have Baby Lasagna with Rim Tim Tagidim, which is the catchiest song this year almost, I think. I love the message of the song about leaving your village and making it in the big city, or trying to make it in the big city, and having one last party where you do the traditional dance. Love that. I think it is interesting musically. You have the chorus, which is impactful. You have the very catchy, obviously, Rim Tim Tagidim repeated over and over again. I think that works really well and hasn't gotten annoying for me yet. I was a bit scared that it might get a bit annoying, but it hasn't. His vocals in the studio version are very good. They have to work on the staging and the vocals, of course, but this is just the kind of entry you can only see at Eurovision. A cool, fun song with a deep message, and that is why it's my number 3. Now, in 2nd place, also new, I have Slimane with Mon Amour going down 1 place, but that doesn't mean that I love it any less. It just means that my number 1 I love even more. The Dora performance, where he stands 2 meters away from the mic, is still my favorite performance in the Eurovision season almost, except for my number 1 maybe. his voice just has such depth to it, such an incredible tone. There's a bit of I can't even describe it and understand it, what it makes me feel. It is an amazing voice. He's an amazing performer. The way he interacts with the camera, even in the Dora performance as well. This will be a moment on the night, and I can't wait for it. The song, I know that some people say that it isn't the best song, and it is a bit generic, but it's also the only real standard ballad we have this year, really, other than maybe Hollow by Dons. And that will make it stand out. And I love ballads, so that's maybe why it's my number 2. Which means, if you're a good fan, you know which song is my number 1. It is Angelina Mango with La Noia. This has grown on me immensely. It's my most listened to song, except Pede Choro by Huka, who didn't even make it to the final in Portugal. I'm so sad about that. Anyway, we're talking about Italy. Great song. Deep lyrics, interesting lyrics. She performs this with a youthful spirit and so uninhibited is kind of the word I'm trying to find. This has elements from all kinds of different musical traditions, which makes it sound so interesting. But what really makes me like this song so much is how it makes me feel when I listen to it, walking to work or walking in the park or whatever. It really gives you this, yeah, I can do it and I feel good, and I love that about this song. Always a bit of a bias with Italy, of course, with me, but I don't think this is happening here because it is the best song this year for me. So this is my top 29. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I hope I made a bit of sense. Let me know in the comments who are your, or what is your top 29 of Eurovision 2024. Do subscribe. I'm going to do another update once we have all the songs of my top, and also predictions, lyric interpretations, lots of stuff to discover. So do subscribe, and then I'll see you for my next one. See you then, and bye-bye.